Okay, so welcome to this video on the Hara Conditioning Exercises. What I want to share right now is what I call part one, so the abdominal exercises. These are practices that I've developed, adapting both Japanese and Chinese practices together. Okay, so I'll stand up. So if you can stand up with your feet about shoulder width apart, lay your weight lower a little bit, so we're just sinking into our pelvis, knees a little bit bent. And you can imagine some kind of harness, nice kind of strings holding up your neck, your shoulders, your head, so you can let your shoulders relax down. Feel the ground under your feet. And then just start to circle, so nice and relaxed. Maybe you can bring your hands to your hips. Could be in different places. So what I encourage with this with the Hara conditioning exercise is that you adjust everything you do to what you feel you need this moment. So it's we're following a kata, a form, but we're not imprisoned by it. So the live way is always an adaptation. So you feel where your hands want to go as you're circling your hips. There may be different kinds of circling. I've just changed my rhythm a little bit. I'm really feeling into the movement of the bones of the hips now. So it's getting more sensitive. And this first exercise, just circling, it becomes a practice in itself. So I'm feeling like I want to touch with my fingers around the lower back now. And so there's no precise point here at the moment. I'm just moving now. I'm moving a little bit around the kind of the top of the buttock area, still lower back. And just following feeling, could come to the sides, using my fingers as a kind of massage stick, which is changing the axis where the movement is coming. I've just moved onto the hip joint. So you don't have to do this. It might be that you just simply stay a little bit around the hips and move around, but it can also become a really interesting kind of movement massage, which is it becomes alive. So your body starts to recognize what you're doing and communicates. Suddenly I want it here. Now I've come to the lower back, kidney area. Yeah, and I'm moving. So I'm using the thumbs, the fingers as focal points for the movement. And in the beginning you might not feel so much, and then as you start to find the body calling. So this is Hara conditioning. It's bringing in aspects of Seiki, of Katsugun, into what were originally Chinese-like Qi Gong exercises. Yeah, so there's not a prescribed form. It could be anything. It could be areas around the front, around the thighs, coming into the upper thighs. Could also be interesting. So this will be individual to your practice each day. Okay, so that's first part. Second part, okay, we'll just start again with circling, just in a simple pattern. And then I'm going to shift. So on the waist, the Xiao in Chinese. 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So bouncing on each side, just to get a feel for the mobility and this increases over time. So I've experienced myself how much movement can develop in the lower back when you practice. 1, 2. Yeah, so you just get a bit of awareness of the movement here on the Xiao. And then we can start a circle. So you're not just moving from your shoulders, we're moving with the waist and the hands together. It could be fairly light, like I'm doing at the moment, just coming over circling the abdomen. You could also use more massage pressure if you want. So that just comes from feeling. If you feel like I'm doing now, a little bit more massagey pressure. If I'm feeling to come up higher, so I can do that, coming on to over the kind of the base of the sternum, a little bit over the ribs. So you can adjust where this kind of nice massage is going. The way the intestines go, they want to go from right to left, up the right, down the left. So especially in the kind of morning time, you want to encourage the natural flow, natural direction of the colon. But if you've already been to the toilet or whatever, then you can reverse it sometimes. So this is also okay. And then I'll go back, so I'm emphasizing the correct direction, but still you can explore both. Just doing this, you can do it for quite a long time. Something gets kind of warm and cozy in the belly. So these are very simple practices, but they have a big effect on how we feel. When this center feels kind of energized, cozy, warm, then we tend to find, in my experience, that energy comes down from the head, anxiety comes down, you feel present, you feel comfortable, and it feels interesting to be here. Okay, so we can do that. It feels nice and warm. Maybe a bit of stroking. Could be just around the chest or from higher up I feel like doing now. So this is me adjusting. I don't necessarily do this every time. Okay, so we've done a kind of a effleurage surface. We can go back to the circling now, but this time using the hands in a deeper way. So I'm sort of pushing in with the fingers. Take care of your wrists and your arms. You don't want to get them tired, but we can use them as kind of massage tools to move against. So this is quite a different feeling to just standing still, poking yourself. The body is moving and it finds these tools to push against. And you can adjust yourself where you're going, how deep. Sometimes you might want this, sometimes you might not be bothered. So it's just adjusting your practice each day to what's needed. I've needed a lot in my life. This can go really deep, so you can go more focused. Sometimes you can almost stop, having said that, about moving, but sometimes it can be just good to follow in and go deep. And so you can do this, but I'm still letting the body move against my hands, not my hands pushing in. So the body's opening up, inviting the hands to come in deep, and you can really go deep into the center. And you're just following, feeling, and want, whoa. So we're not going to hurt ourselves, we're not pushing in hard. Going in slowly, sensitively, feeling what you need, and maybe you can move against that gently. So this is a way that you can do deep work. You have all of the organ kind of points around here to work with. It's liver, gallbladder, heart, stomach, spleen, triple heaters around here, Chinese medicine term. Kidneys deep inside, so you can do a lot. You've got the colon here going around, small intestine kind of in the middle area a bit more, and so you can work in this area below the sternum, this big emotional area, solar plexus, so you can do your own self-massage on these areas. Okay, good. So I then shift back to maybe some stroking. And then there's a next exercise for tonifying the center. So if you take your right hand and place it on the right side of your abdomen, just below your ribs at the top. This is one that you need to practice and learn. First thing is for the back of the hand to fall down towards your right hip. So we'll just do that slowly. So you feel almost your wrist is touching your hip. And then it moves around in a circle. The backs of the fingers are keeping kind of contact, and then the ends of the fingers. And then you're coming around the middle a bit, and then back to where you started. Palm touching the top. So we'll do that again. So the palm's falling down to the wrist, coming around in a circle, backs of the fingers are kind of touching, and then it's just the fingers, and you're coming back. So we're making a circle, and the center of the circle is the right dantian, the right side of the abdomen. So we're going to do it again, hand falling down, coming around, fingers are keeping the contact, and then palm touching on top. Okay, so this is one you need to get familiar with, strange at the beginning. So I'm going around, around, and then top. As you get more familiar, the whole body gets involved. That's the point. So your knees are bending, head can stay fairly upright, but the body is bending. I like to support the movement with my left hand, so I'll just lightly touch the wrist, and then that creates a structure which can move in a circular movement around. Let's focus on the right dantian. So you adjust with your own speed. It can be fairly slow, but also it can get quicker sometimes once you've really got into a rhythm and flow. So what we're doing is we're training the body, retraining the habit for the whole body to move around the center. We're choosing the right center at the moment. So this is a new wiring for the nervous system. It's originally come from Taoist teachings in China, and then was given to the Chen family. And I learned this with Xiao Wang, who's a grandmaster of one branch of the Chen family. Okay, so you can do a little bit or you can do quite a bit. Sometimes I will do a lot of this. It's a really impressive, simple practice. But for now, let's change direction. So from the top, I'm going to come down the middle. So the back of the hands folding down over the navel, and then sweeping around, palm of the hand sweeping around the lower part of this area, stroking up the side, and they can go down again the center. So you get this movement massaging the lower and side of the dantian. So it's more gentle down the center perhaps, but you're stroking up the over the lower part and the right hand side. Again, I'll use my hand to touch, create a structure, and then we can get into a rhythm. So it might be fairly light, that's okay, but also you can adjust and be more massagey. So it just depends on your need and how your arms and wrists and hands are feeling. And if you think what you're doing underneath this area, you've got the colon on the top, and then underneath that you've got a big muscle called the psoas, which is the fight-flight stress muscle coming here from the thigh, coming up to the center. And so we're able to work on this area. And that's involved in everybody's stress and trauma memories in the body. Okay, so we've done the right hand. I'm a little bit tired now, so I can stop. Left hand now on the left side of the abdomen. And with this one, I like to go down the center first. So it's because I know the direction of the colon and I want to finish down here. So I'm going from the left side on top and I'm falling down the middle. So the wrist is coming down the center and then stroking around up the left side. Going down the middle, up the left side. So feel the shape of it first and then slowly go into a rhythm. And you can use the other hand to support if you want to, which creates a whole structure for the body to move around the axis with the focus now on the left side. And you adjust how much pressure you use as massage. Okay, and now we can change directions. So I'm going from the top, going down the outside like we did on the left. So the back of the hands folding down to the left hip, coming around, back of the fingers, coming up back up to the top. So in the beginning it's unfamiliar, but practice a bit and it just becomes natural. So this is really good exercise for the joints of the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder as well. Okay, good. So next practice, both hands now, place them on the tops of the abdomen at the sides underneath your ribs. And then both backs of the hands fold down and your spine's curving down the center. And then the hands turn and stroke up the sides, so it's symmetrical. So going down the center, hands are coming around, the wrist turning, and then the hands are coming to stroke up the sides. Again, you get into a really interesting kind of snake-like movement. Knees are bending, spine's bending. Okay, we can go the other way. So going from the kind of lower area, coming up center. So the palms are coming on top, massaging a bit down the sides and then falling over. So I'm stroking up the middle over the top and then backs of the hands coming down, ready to go again. And again, you need to find this whole body movement. Okay, I've made another slight variation to this, where you focus on the web of the hand between the thumb and the index finger. I'll start at the top for this one, and then really just turn tight and slide down the sides of the sternum with this web area. So it's a tighter movement in the wrist, spinning to make the circle, but it makes a really nice way to massage down the sides of this muscle. Okay, good. So it's just finished with a little bit of circling, maybe some stroking. And this is the abdominal part of the Hara Conditioning Exercises. Okay, good. Thank you.